Do you want to hold it?
I will, right. Hi everybody, I'm Rocker Lady on Twitter, or X, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to apologise for the swearing. I get a bit ticked off at times, sorry, I'm an Irish lassie for the East End of Glasgow, it happens. Anyway, I had it all printed out today, but I was going to tell you, I got a story to tell you about a woman who, her name is Caroline, she's a member of our Standing for Women Facebook page, a closed group, and she reached out to me last year. She lives in the south of England, she's originally from France, and she came up to Glasgow to meet me. We went for coffee, went for lunch. She's a lovely woman, but her story is just typical of what's going on in this country, and indeed right across the globe just now. She has 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. Her oldest daughter is 19 years old and came out as trans during the pandemic when she was 16. This obviously didn't go down well with Caroline for the obvious reasons. We're all like that, we're apprehensive. But immediately her youngest daughter and her son started to go by the male pronouns and the male name. And her daughter moved out. She's now getting married to someone who's non-binary. As if things couldn't get any worse for Caroline, her youngest daughter, who's only 13 years old, is now saying that she is trans. So Caroline wouldn't go along with it, and social services were called to school. They decided at first to let her stay with Caroline, and then for no reason at all took the child from Caroline's care and gave her into the custody of her older sister, who, as you know, as I said, is trans. So she came up to speak to me, just to reach out to some women, because where she lives, she's got nobody to talk to. Nobody that knows what's going on, or they just don't understand. She's pretty isolated. She was given some advice, and that advice was to give her husband an ultimatum. It's either our daughters or us, because the police by this stage had been involved and got physical. There was 9 charges against her, which were all dropped because she did nothing wrong. But her husband, understandably, I think you could say, chose their daughters. So I just wanted, she knew I was going to tell her story. She wants me to tell her story because this, it breaks her heart that this is happening day in, day out to other families, but it's just not going to stop. She has a problem with the education board. In fact, we all do. Social services, those in government. We have to fight them. We have to stand up against them. And as I said, I had it all written down with a wee note at the bottom from her. She just wanted me to say to you all, thank you for listening. Thank you for standing up. Thank you for never backing down. And thank you for no wishing.